Hi yogis, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Emily and today we're going to be doing a yoga sequence for stress relief. Now this is a Yin Yoga sequence, and the main difference between Yin Yoga and traditional yoga is that in Yin Yoga we hold our poses for an extended amount of time. Now that's just my recommendation for this sequence. You are always more than welcome to come in and out of poses if you feel like you're holding for an uncomfortable amount of time. Yin Yoga encourages the release of your muscles and the release of emotions. Remember that yoga is your opportunity to get to know yourself a little bit better. This is your chance to de-stress and to relax. I'm going to go ahead and begin in a child's pose today. You won't need any equipment besides a yoga mat, and if you have yoga blocks like these here and you'd like to use them to support yourself, you're more than welcome to grab those as well. So starting in our child's pose, we have our knees as wide as we would like. So the wider the knees, the more space we create for our body. Then you just reach your arms out and let your head come down towards your mat. Your forehead may or may not touch in child's pose. If you'd like to take this pose as a stretch, reach your arms forward. If you'd like to relax, you can bend your elbows and rest your hands together. As we rest here, you'll close your eyes and take several slow, deep breaths. Traditionally in yoga, we breathe in and out of our nose, but you are more than welcome to breathe in any way that suits you today. As you breathe, feel your shoulder blades expand, your heart and chest open, creating space for your breath and for loving, positive energy. Take a few more deep breaths. And then very slow, we'll lift our head up and walk our hands over to the right side of our mat. Stretching out with your left hand especially, and feeling that stretch move into your ribs and your hip. Breathe into your left lung and sink down into your hips. On our inhale, we'll walk our hands through center and then take them over to the left, stretching out your right hand and breathing into your right lung. On our inhale, we'll bring our hands to center and then begin with our Yin Yoga practice. Very slowly, we're going to slide forward and come to a rest on our belly. Sliding our forearms out with our elbows flat, we'll lift our chin into Sphinx Pose. In Sphinx Pose, your low back and your legs should be very loose or very heavy. Your chest is engaged and lifted, and maybe you stretch your chin up to the sky. Breathe and feel your low back let go and give in. Now let your forehead hang down towards your mat. Maybe give it a gentle shake, just as a reminder to relieve tension in your neck. On our inhale, we'll lift our heart and then move your elbows out, taking this into a shoulder stretch. Press down through your right hand and then take your left arm through the space you've made. Now put some weight on your left shoulder. We're going to take our right hand over towards the left side of our mat, so our elbows are crossed, and then drop your weight down. You might rest your chin or maybe one side of your face on your arms. This is an amazing shoulder stretch. You can stay here, or if you like, tuck your toes so you can push, and then roll your weight forward onto your arms. Then release and sink down into your mat. We'll stay here for about 10 deep breaths. On our inhale, we'll lift our head, slide your right arm back, and free up your left arm. Switching sides, we'll press through our left hand and bring our right arm through. And then take your left hand over to the right, dropping your weight down onto your shoulders. Option to tuck your toes and roll forward, and then come to a rest on your mat. Breathe into your back body for about 10 smooth breaths. Inhale as you lift your head. Take your left arm back and your right arm out, lowering down to your belly. Inhale, press up through your hands, and we'll come to a seat. Bend your right knee and cross it out in front of you, and then make sure your left knee is tucked behind you. We have a little bit of space between our foot and our knee here. Going to get ready for deer pose. Now we're going to sweep our arms and fold over our right knee, extending out as far as we can, perhaps bringing our forehead down either to our mat or maybe to a pillow. Breathe into your hips and we'll hold for about 5 breaths. Inhale as you slowly lift your heart. We'll take our pillow, if we're using it, and bring it over now our left knee. Sweep yourself over and then drop your forearms down to this pillow, or perhaps rest your forearms on your leg. We're trying to fold over this left knee now. You may find it more comfortable just to fold down the center of your legs. Really, either is fine. Find that perfect place you would like to be and breathe. Inhale as you lift your heart. Feel all that blood rush back down into your body, and we'll switch sides. That left knee is going to come out, and our right knee will tuck back. Making a little space here, and then we'll just sweep our arms and fold over that left side. 5 breaths. Inhale as we lift our hearts. We'll take that pillow, if we have it, over the opposite leg. And then you have the choice to fold over your right knee or fold right down the middle. Decide what feels best for you and your body today. This is deer pose. 5 breaths. Give in and fold a little more. And inhale, slowly rise. Feel those hips open up and loosen up, and a little bit of stress be relieved from the body. Our final set of poses are inversions, which are excellent for stress management. It can help lower our blood pressure, slow our heart rate down, and engage the parasympathetic, or our rest and restore part of our nervous system. From here, I'm going to come into a shoulder stand. Now I'm going to show you 2 options. We have traditional shoulder stand, where we come from a seated position. We roll ourselves back and then catch our hips, extending our feet up towards the sky. Think about pulling your elbows in and then arching your back slightly. This is our shoulder stand. If you prefer, You can take candlestick pose, or maybe you bring a pillow underneath your hips and then extend your legs up to the sky. You can also wrap your hands around your thighs for a little bit of extra support. Wherever you decide to be today, we'll rest for a few breaths. And now, if you are in shoulder stand, we have the option to go into plow pose. So you might drop one or possibly both feet behind your head, letting your hands come to a rest, or perhaps keeping a grip on your low back. If you only do one leg, just do one and then switch. This is an excellent full spinal stretch. 3 breaths. If we're in plow, bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, and then slowly roll down onto your back. Dropping our feet down, we'll extend out our legs and reach your arms above your head, coming into a full body stretch. Inhale, feel your spine lift off the mat. And then exhale, bring your hands to your sides. Allow your legs to soften and open, your shoulders to give in and rest. Preparing ourselves for Shavasana. I encourage you to close your eyes, to breathe slowly and deeply here for a minimum of 5 minutes or longer if you're afforded that opportunity today. The longer you rest here, the more stress-free you will feel when you wake up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Beautiful practice. Namaste.